Happy Sunday, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic day. It's cold again. Matter of fact, services or gatherings at the hub today are canceled because of the bad road conditions. Don't want anybody getting out, being in danger. A lot of bad road conditions being reported, and people having trouble, accidents, that sort of thing. So we want to keep everybody safe. But I want to deliver this word to you today, and it's kind of a continuation even from yesterday. We were talking about we've been talking about 2 Corinthians 10 and, the mindset, how the enemy comes in with lofty things, speculations. And then we begin to go into the book of Revelation, talking about he who has an ear, let him hear, and the importance of hearing and receiving what God has instructed. And today I want to continue on with that. We mentioned Matthew chapter 13 yesterday, and I want to continue on there where Jesus is speaking in parables, and the disciples want to know why, why can't we, why do you speak to everybody in parables? And Jesus lets them know that, hey, you've been able to be given the understanding, but they have not. And it says in verse number 14, you will keep on hearing, but will not understand. You will keep on seeing, but will not perceive. For the heart of this people has become dull. Some translations say hearted. Some, I think the NIV says your heart has become calloused. So with their ears they scarcely hear, with their eyes they've closed. Otherwise they would see with their eyes, hear with their ears, understand with their heart, in return that I would heal them. And so thinking about that today with what Jesus is saying here is he said the hearts of the people have grown dull. And I begin to think about, like, how do people's hearts grow dull? Well, when you are given truth, when God speaks, when God shows, when God is nudging, when God reveals in his word an area to obey, and we don't do anything with the truth that we've been given, it calluses our heart. It makes it dull. It dulls our spiritual senses. I've often said many times through the years, you never advance in God beyond your last no, N-O. And if you will go back to that last place, you said no to God. If you say yes, then you'll begin to hear again. You begin to move forward again. And it's kind of the same thing. So like Pastor Adrian Rogers, who pastored the Bellevue Baptist Church, he said it this way: you can't just put truth on ice and say, oh, that seems like a good thing, I'll just kind of set it over here and let it sit idle. Truth doesn't work that way. When you hear truth, you have to do something with it. And so here is Jesus speaking with parables, and they're like, oh, interesting story. But they never seek out the matter. They never search it out. They don't sit and meditate upon it. They just say, oh, that's interesting, and just kind of put it over to the side. You can't do that with truth. When you hear truth, when God gives you something, you have to do something with it. Otherwise, your spiritual senses become dull. They become calloused. It's almost like resisting something, hardening against something, when you treat truth as just an interesting fact rather than something to be acted upon. So when you don't act upon what God is saying, your heart becomes dull. You become insensitive to his voice. You become blind to what he is doing. And I pray for fresh grace to fall upon everybody today, that we would obey everything that God has said for us to do, and that we would not turn our head away from it, but we set our intention to fully obey it today. So I know people are snowed in. People are having some family time, maybe go out and play with their kids, maybe watch some TV, some movies. I know there's ball games on this afternoon. But don't let all these things that you're experiencing today allow your hearts to grow dull. If God is speaking to you about something, go to your prayer closet. If you need to obey, obey. If there's something you need to start moving forward on, now is the time. Don't let your heart grow dull. The time is now for us to move forward in everything that God has spoke to us to do. Amen. God bless. Hope you have a great day. Please stay safe and stay warm. We'll see you tomorrow.